Welcome back, everyone, to the coverage of YCS Birmingham 2025, and we are here for a deck combo tutorial with Philip. Thanks for joining us, and we're going to look at some Crystron cards today because those got some really amazing support in Supreme Darkness. So I think let's waste no time. Let's get over to the table and into the top-down view because, Philip, tell us, what is the reason why this deck now all of a sudden is becoming really relevant in the metagame again?
Yeah, so the first reason is the Crystron deck, it got very new support, which is very strong.
True.
The deck itself, it is very efficient with cards, so you only need a few cards to make a big combo.
True.
And also as well, like the interactions the deck can provide is super good, and that's why I think it's very good right now.
And that's why I think you should show us right away. Let's see, there's like one card combo that the deck can do, right? And we're going to just quickly break down the standard combo pretty much.
Definitely. Let's go like into the maybe best one card combo the deck can provide.
Sounds good, I'm excited.
And it's only one Crystron inclusion, one of the new cards
Yes.
just released in Supreme Darkness. And like, this is a continuous spell. When we activate it, we can just add any Crystron card from our deck to our hand.
Good start, not gonna lie.
Yeah.
So which one are we getting? Is that also another new card?
Yeah, we are adding the Crystron Solfador.
Nice.
So the spell itself, it is a continuous spell, so it will stick on the field. And Crystron Solfador itself can special summon itself by destroying a face-up Crystron card from the field.
Oh, that's nice synergy, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and that's what we'll actually do. We will destroy the inclusion to special summon Crystron Solfador from our hand. We can also special summon from the graveyard, so the deck has some synergy with discarding.
Yeah.
But here, like with the one-card combo, nothing to discard, but we will just summon it and use its effect on summon, which will send up to 2 Crystron cards from the deck to the graveyard.
So when you're saying that, immediately, let's say I don't know this deck, that sounds like a card that I would like to interact with, because sending 2 cards from the deck to the graveyard sounds like a very valuable Ash Blossom target, Veiler target. Do you agree, or is that... Am I wrong about that?
Yeah, I do agree. It is very good to negate, but there is one thing you should keep in mind, which is the card I'll show you already. Give you a little peek before the combo.
All right.
It is Crystron Talos.
I see.
And you will see him soon, and I'll explain you why maybe the Imperm is not as good always.
I see. All right, let's go ahead.
But first off, we have sent the Crystron Smyger and the Crystron Feisfern.
Oh, Smyger is an old one, right?
Smyger is an old one, and Feisfern as well. They are both pretty old. I don't know how old exactly, but that doesn't matter here.
I mean, it probably says on the card, right? It's from Invasion of Vanagon.
Vengeance.
That's true. That's old, actually.
Yeah, and so both of them, they have like a very similar effect, where the first one is like on the field, we can like destroy a face-up card and special summon Crystron Tuner from the deck, but we are locked into Machine Synchros then, so we will not use that here. We will try to avoid that, but rather we will use a second effect, where we can just banish them from the graveyard, and Feisfern adds a monster and Smyger a spell trap.
Okay, that's nice. So off of that one effect, you get 2 cards that search additional cards.
Exactly.
All right. Let's see.
So we banish Feisfern, and we will add a copy of Crystron Talos.
There he is,
And he is like the big boy, we could say.
He's a powerhouse of the deck now, right?
He is a powerhouse, because we have added him, we will normal summon him next, and he has like a bunch of very good effects.
Go ahead, what is it?
The first one of them is if your opponent activates any card effect, you can chain him, special summon any Crystron from deck, and immediately do a synchro summon.
Wait, you're special summoning one from the deck and immediately synchro summon?
Yeah.
That's how synchro summoning is nowadays. You just synchro summon with monsters from the deck. That's crazy.
Yeah.
And I mean, now I understand, because when he is on the field, imperming, veilering, and all that stuff becomes a lot harder because he can just kind of dodge it, right?
Yeah, he'll always try to dodge it. Like, the thing is, you need to target because he cannot summon it himself.
Okay.
So there is another target you play, but you don't play many. So if you draw it, it will get a lot harder to like dodge stuff.
Okay.
But right here, it's very good.
Cool.
So we normal summoned him. He doesn't do anything on the field otherwise if our opponent doesn't do anything. But that does not matter at all, because we will like do an old school synchro summon with 2 monsters from the field, and we go into Crystron Alloskeletus.
Ooh. All right.
And he has like also a bunch of effects. On the field, first of all, our opponent's monsters, they lose 500 attack points, which is a nice bonus, but first of all, on summon, we can use its effect and add any Crystron in grave or banishment back to our hand.
Okay, which one is that going to be?
In this case, we will add back the Feisfern, just because it's banished, we cannot really like exit it again.
Accept him. Okay, so that's why we do it. Okay,
yeah, but we'll just get him like in case we need him like another turn or so.
Extra
maybe he
resources.
hits the graveyard. Yeah,
why not? Sure.
Exactly. And then we will use the other effect of Crystron Talos, where we will banish him, destroy a synchro monster on our board, and then we can summon 2 Crystron monsters from our deck.
Wow, that's... I mean, the first one was already good, but now we're continuing with that. That's actually really good.
Yeah, exactly. And we will get a old school one and a new one. First of all, Oh no, both of them they were released before. I'm sorry.
All good, all good, all good.
We will summon Sulfurveneer and Seatrace. So both of them, they're interesting cards. Seatrace itself, it provides an interruption in your opponent's turn, where we can also target a Crystron in our grave or any monster in our grave and immediately do a synchro summon for a machine synchro.
Okay, okay.
But that only goes in our opponent's turn. And the Sulfurveneer on field, it doesn't do really much, but we can also summon him from grave. And if he is destroyed by any way, we can summon any Crystron from deck as well.
Cool.
So, but we also have another effect from Crystron Skeletus,
all right,
which lets us special summon any Crystron from grave or banishment back.
When he is destroyed.
When he is destroyed.
Cool, cool.
And that's where we destroyed him, and so we will bring back our Crystrons. Yeah, exactly. And now we have a few ways how we want to play it. We could do a Dawn Dragster line or so, where we would immediately synchro summon with both of them, with these two into a Dawn Dragster, and then we could bring back the Sulfurveneer.
Oh yeah.
But that's not the optimal way, I think. But I just wanted to mention it.
Sure, show us the optimal way instead then.
The other way I would really suggest is we use the effect of Crystal Inclusion, because it also has another effect in the graveyard where we banish it and can special summon any Crystron back from our graveyard.
Wow, honestly, the potential is amazing with this.
Yeah, I think have multiple effects.
Yeah, one thing that I'm a bit worried about, because Artifact Lancea, of course, right now being a card that kind of can hurt the deck when I see you're banishing.
Yeah.
So that's a little bit of a downside, but still, when you get to pull off this combo, and we're just going to go now as uninterrupted, it's really, really impressive what already is happening here.
Yeah.
So go ahead now.
Yeah, I gotta agree. Artifact Lancea is a very, very tough card for the Crystron deck. There are some ways where you can, especially going first, play a bit through it, not do your full combo, of course, but do a bit of stuff, get into the grind game, because we also use only one card by now.
Fair, yeah.
But the issue is, it is definitely hurting you. So we use the inclusion, and we will special summon back our Sulfador here.
Sure.
And now you might see we are a synchro-based strategy, but we have 2 level 5 monsters on the field all of a sudden.
Oh my.
And so we will make a rank 5 play, and
another old one.
And
another old but gold one for sure.
Cyber Dragon Nova. Yeah, he himself doesn't do a lot now on the field, because we don't have a Cyber Dragon in our graveyard.
True, but now it comes.
But we just put the Cyber Dragon Infinity on top of it.
Oh, I have a very quick question, because some people might know about Infinity being around the corner when Nova is summoned. Some people might be stressing and be like, now I activate Nibiru, for example, but that would also be not the greatest time to do it, right? Because some people play a target for the Nova to be summoned when it's distributed, right?
Exactly, not only the Nova. Really, nibbing here is really crucial for you. You lose a lot of stuff, because of the simple reason, if you Nibiru here, you can't chain the Tristaros.
True.
Special summon another level 5 from a graveyard, and you might think, oh yeah, now my monster gets tributed. That's really, really bad for me. But you summon Samurai Destroyer.
Oh.
And when he leaves the field by an opponent's card, he can special summon any level, any machine back from graveyard.
Wow.
So we get back the Nova. And as well, we get our fusion target, which can be Invoked Makaba.
Invoked Makaba. That would be crazy. Okay, but let's just assume we do go into the Infinity, which is, of course, great enough.
Exactly. We're going to do the Infinity here. And then, here, this is not, we're not done yet.
Okay.
But this is our field mainly. But we can still activate the effect of Crystron Smiger, because maybe you've realized we have sent him to a graveyard but not used him yet.
True.
And we will add any Crystron spell or trap, and there are not many good ones, but there is one really, really good one.
All right.
Which is Crystron Cluster. So Crystron Cluster also has a bunch of effects. It is a continuous trap card.
Yes.
So we need to set it first, but when we use it, first of all, our Crystron monsters cannot be banished by, our Crystron cards cannot be banished by opponent's card effects.
Okay.
Meaning, a deck like Malice right now, which really likes to banish stuff.
True.
They really lose their Hearts of Cryptar or their, I think it's called the MTP, the
trap card as well.
That banishes.
Yeah.
And the other effect is even better maybe, because you can shuffle any Crystron card from graveyard or banishment back and destroy a card on field.
Oh.
But if you have a Crystron Synchro monster on the field, you can destroy 2 cards.
Oh, and I mean, he's already there trying to bring out a Synchro monster, of course.
Yeah.
That reminds me a little bit of the Virtual World Gate Shuche. It is somewhat similar with the destruction, but you can even destroy 2 cards, which is pretty good.
Yeah, exactly. And this is already our board now.
Yeah.
And there are a lot of different stuff we can do. We can also adjust the combo lines a bit, so that we can play for other stuff. But what we would do here mainly in our opponent's turn would be probably, if our opponent uses anything, we can use the Tristaros.
Yeah. what would be a good synchro monster to go into? Yeah, show us the options that could come out of this Crystrons, because he looks very lonely at the moment, but he's going to be very much used for some synchro summons.
So realize now we are in our opponent's turn, so it's not our turn anymore.
It's my turn. I'm also playing Crystron.
And so we can special summon with the Crystrons. We can special summon like a Sylvanir out, and then we make a synchro summon into a copy of F.A. Dawn Dragster, so which is like a spell trap negate, so very, very strong.
Sure.
And what we can still do, like we still have the Sea Tray, so we could now either summon a second copy of Dawn Dragster if we play it.
Okay.
We have the option to summon back Alice Skeletus and go into a copy of Navy Dragonmech.
Ooh, that's also a cool one.
Yeah, which like negates any card on the field when it's summoned.
There are some really, really cool and niche options for sure.
Yeah, or if we go a bit back, probably is if we use our Infinity first.
Yeah.
We get a level 5 monster into the graveyard.
True, yeah.
I mean, so Sylvanir wasn't in the graveyard, so...
Possible.
So we would use the Infinity Negate first. So we could summon with Sea Tray, we could summon him back and go into a copy of... So the material gets banished, just in case.
Yeah.
And we summon this way the Dawn Dragster.
Okay, all right, this way around. And now you still have options more with those Crystrons. Okay.
And the most interesting thing, which is like a very, very cool synergy with the Dawn Dragster now is, if you use the Dawn Dragster, it reduces its level by 2.
Sure, I always forget about that, but that's the main gimmick about the Dawn Dragster.
Exactly, and so it gets level 5. So now if we use the cluster effect here to only pop 1 and shuffle back the Sea Tray, then we can use the Tristaras to bring out Sea Tray, because mostly the issue is here, we only play like one more tuner, which is the Sea Tray mainly, and if it's like in the graveyard, we cannot special summon it out of Tristaras, so we would need to recycle it first with Cluster. But if you do, you will see like we maybe lose 1 pop, but we will get like in very, very good synchro, like as compensation, which is the good old Crystron Cryon Gundrax, which can just banish up to 3 cards now in the field or graveyard of our opponent.
That's so good.
And if it's like destroyed, we can still bring back any banished machine. And this is just like, and there you see the gimmick, like the grind game of this deck is very, very strong. Each turn, again, we can do our stuff, we recycle our stuff. So if you get into a grind game, I think you can even like combat the main like Fiendsmith engine right now with just your grind game. Yeah,
it looks really, really amazing. So this is only pure Crystron stuff that you showed us here, but you told me there's a couple of options you could include into your deck as well, which way you could support the Crystron cards. I think you have a couple of them in the deck right now that you can show us. So show us what you could pair the Crystron cards with, for example.
Yeah, exactly. So I've prepared a bit of it. So like the Smyger itself is also combo.
Okay.
Because we really want it in the graveyard. So we don't need it on the field.
Okay.
We only need it in the graveyard because it can also be banished to add the inclusion, and then we do a very similar
combo. And then we have the combo. Oh, yeah.
It differs a bit slightly, but not much.
All right.
So I won't show that, but we will like you might see the Smyger now getting into the graveyard is enough for a combo, so we can play a lot of discard engines or cards that get the Smyger into the graveyard.
I see. That's the challenge, getting the Smyger into the graveyard.
Yes.
All right. How do we do that then?
So yeah, first of all, what you might have already realized is Crystron Smyger is a level 3 monster.
True.
And there is a link monster that can send level 3 to the graveyard with Cherubini.
Cherubini is being possibly played in this. That's cool.
Yeah, and so how we could access this is by Crystron. It's not Crystron Terratop. It's
almost
Seedroid Terratop.
All right, so we clear up the field. Empty fields, you can just special summon him for free.
Yeah, and then we could get like the Tankatonborg, add it, special, and go into Cherubini, send the Smyger, and do
then
our normal
full combo again. That's pretty cool, okay.
But it's not only like the Speedroid engine. It's also like you can also play stuff like the Dire Bellstar engine.
True.
Which could also like get you a negate with the Ilya Sylvia.
True.
Or you can also play like Diabata, which is level 7, so if you play like Kashira cards as well, you could go into Dracossack, get 2 tokens, get into
Cherubini again. Yeah. Oh yeah, there's really, really many cool ways to do it.
It's also, of course, Foolish Burial, so maybe you want to play Triple Tactic Thrust to get it.
Oh, yeah, that's nice as well.
And like another engine to discard, of course, is the Horus
cards. I've seen that before. People are definitely using the Horus cards as well.
Some people do, some people don't. They have like some issue in the format right now, especially with Verizal Detonator.
Oh, true, yeah.
But still, they are very good. And there is also like one other card which I really like to see now.
Okay.
It is not like combo on its own, but it helps you, which is Tidal Dragon Ruler.
Oh, the Dragon Ruler is a bag. That's so cool. True. Are like all of them
they are
water?
All water.
Oh.
So what you can do if you have any water monster in your hand, it can be like a Mulchami Purulia as well. You can just like send your water monster from hand, and then you send a copy of Crystron Smyger and get to your combo. So this is like very, very cool. And there's also one other interaction action, which is not combo by itself, but you're playing also another new card, which is Clockwork Knight.
Oh.
You're playing it mainly for the reason to get Smite into the graveyard, but it also has like an interesting like revive effect.
Yeah.
But it has like a third, like kind of hidden effect. Maybe some Cyber Dragon players from you out of there, they know it.
Of course.
The Clockwork Knight can actually add Clockwork Knight. You only need to like have a face-up continuous spell.
Easy peasy.
Yeah, we send it to the graveyard and we could add a copy of Clockwork Knight.
Oh my.
And this like maybe gives you some ways to play, because first of all, if you're playing against a deck that really is like reliant on their types, all monsters become machines.
True. Also
Also kind of happy to OTK because your monsters get boosted.
Yeah.
But also like what is interesting is if you get it to the graveyard somehow by like destroying it with like one of the small ones or with the Sulfafnir, which needs to pop a card on the field.
Yeah.
You get it into the graveyard, you can banish it and actually add Theron King Regulus
that's
from
another
your
nice
deck
addition
to your hand. Yeah.
That's really cool.
Yeah, but these are just some options. They don't really make you play by itself. They don't really adjust the combo a lot, but these are some niche things you can do to really like customize your Crystron deck, you could say.
Yeah, very cool. I love that there is very, very powerful new cards, but still the older cards are very much absolute centerpiece of the combo. Smiger, for example, like you need Smiger basically every time to do the big combo.
The
searches you the really
well,
good,
some old stuff,
and then the old extra deck monsters as well. It's really cool.
Yeah, you need them, and there are also some extra deck options, but I'll just show you one which I think is very interesting to play.
Go ahead.
Which is the High Speed Rod Chambara. Some old school players, they maybe know it. Like sometimes you're missing some damage to go for a game, which is not really, which is a thing that can hinder you a bit. Like if your opponent gets a chance to get back, but with High Speed Rod Chambara being so easily summonable because you have like a lot of your level 2 units, you have the small level 3, so you can go into Chambara and really push for game more and more easy.
Yeah. That was absolutely amazing. Thank you so much for introducing us into what Crystron nowadays and maybe here at YCS Birmingham is doing. And I hope that you're going to have a fantastic event. I hope everyone at home is trying out the new Crystron cards because honestly, they do look absolutely fun and amazing. So thank you so much again. And we are going to be back with more live content here from YCS Birmingham 2025. So stay tuned for that.